Please subscribe my channel. And press the bell icon button, like, comment, share. If you're a purist at heart, and prefer to venture into the wild with nothing but your bare hands and the shirt on your back, more power to you. For everyone else, we've done our best to keep this list to the essential bushcraft gear that will make your life just a little bit easier. Whether you are going camping for a weekend with friends or taking on a much lengthier trip into the bush, this list of bushcraft gear and tools will help prepare you for what lies ahead. It includes tools which should be in every beginner's bushcrafter kit. Remember, there's nothing wrong with bringing some high-tech items to have as a backup or to help you stay comfortable. As you gain skills and experience, you can lighten your load and rely more on primitive and DIY bushcraft tools. One thing I've learned over the years is that less is often more. Keep your wilderness equipment outfit as simple and streamlined as possible. I try to minimize the amount of kit I have while maximizing its functionality. Having the right bushcraft gear is also an important part of the equation for success, for both experienced bushcrafters and newbies alike. Even the most advanced practitioners, who can walk into the wild with only their wits and a whole heap of grit, and come out a month later smiling, will still carry essential bushcraft gear with them. As bushcraft continues to grow in popularity across the globe, the term has begun to take on a life of its own. It not only gives you a chance to be at one with the wild, but also gives you a great opportunity to learn new skills.
And during a period when library science was pretty new, and he spent 20 years writing about the woods. He was the most influential outdoor writer of his period, and he conglomerated what he knew into this book, which is the Book of Camping and Woodcraft. And almost any question that you have still, 100+ years later, can be answered in here. And a few years ago, or a year or so ago, a good friend of mine came into possession of the only known Kephart designed knife that was not in the museum at Western North Carolina University, which is where Kephart's stuff is. And I was resistant because I'm essentially cheap and wasn't sure I wanted to spend that much money on a knife. And then my good friend Mark Zaleski, who runs Knife Magazine, brought it down here and let me cut something with it. And when I first had it and I cut something with it, I went, damn, 100 years, never been sharpened, and it wants to cut. And the reason I got excited over this rather unprepossessing looking knife is the subtleties in this blade are incredible. And I've always felt that a flat, relatively flat handle gave the best way of figuring out how to index the blade so that you know exactly where the blade is. And it's rounded without being flashy. It was they were handmade at the Colclusser Brothers factory in Pennsylvania. But it's a doubly convex blade with a nice tapered tang, and it feels live in your hand. It has a great feel, great balance, and it just works. It works as well as any knife I've ever had in my hand. And I want everybody to experience what I've experienced with this blade, because it works. This is the K-bar iteration of the iconic Kephart knife. And they have been very careful to do virtually as good a job as get it as close as possible as anybody can get to a knife that was in production, hand forged one by one in a fairly primitive manufacturing facility where people were still pounding them out with a hammer. And it has the nice relief at the top. It's full height ground, which gives it a very slicey, a tremendous amount of slice. It has a slightly tapered tang, just like the original, which helps for the balance. It indexes extraordinarily well, and there's no place you're going to get hot spots. You can work this knife for hours. Many of the copies of the Kephart are based on the one at Western North Carolina University, because it was the only one anybody knew about. And it doesn't look like this anymore because it was sharpened to death. But this one is based off the only known example outside the museum, and that knife is virtually pristine.
Milwaukee Big Boy 2000 saw is the ultimate outdoor adventurer's tool. With its 14.2-inch blade and rubber-cushioned double fist handle, you'll have all the cutting power you need at your fingertips. The Big Boy is equipped with a perfectly balanced, uniquely shaped, nickel-plated blade. The low-angle curve on the blade enables cutting branches smoothly and quickly as the extra-large cutting teeth naturally dive into the wood fibers on the pull stroke. Like all silky saws, the Big Boy features impulse-hardened and tapered ground teeth for easier and faster cutting performance and improved durability. The long rubberized handle is comfortable to hold with one or both hands, reduces vibration, and offers superior grip when your hands are wet, cold, or wearing gloves. The Big Boy 2000 is ideal for trail building, car camping, snowmobiling, and other motorized outdoor adventures in the woods.
My name's Sam Nesham. I'm a senior student at the University of Minnesota Duluth. Right here I have the Frost River Lewis and Clark pack. Very spacious, very sturdy build. I'm a big fan. I can fit pretty much without even trying. I was able to fit in two sleeping pads, 2 sleeping bags, a tent, and a whole bunch of clothes. I think my favorite feature about the pack are honestly the shoulder straps. They have a really nice line of kind of padding along the inside of them, and they're nice and wide so that nothing's digging into your shoulders, and it just feels like they're very strong and sturdy while still offering a lot of support for your back and shoulders. I feel very comfortable carrying a loaded one of these all the way across a portage with a canoe on my back as well. The waist belt gives a lot of extra support for that. So one of the key features that I really like about this pack is the solid brass buckles. They're very sturdy, very easy to use, along with the leather waist belt. Also very sturdy, feels like it gives me a lot of support, so not all of the weight is on my shoulders. I would love to take this pack into the Boundary Waters. There's one of my favorite places to go is Crab Lake in the kind of the southwest portion, a little bit by Ely, and it's a pretty long portage getting into there, but I would feel very comfortable bringing this pack on a 300+ rod portage. I think it would be a great pack for canoeing up in Duluth. Again, it's spacious enough where it might be the only pack that you would need for a day trip. You'd be able to fit anything you wanted from your lunch and or dinner, if you're going to be canoeing out to some islands on Island Lake or Boulder Lake or anything, along with extra clothes because the weather has a tendency to change up here pretty fast, and really just anything else you need. It feels like it would fit in the canoe very nicely, relatively easily accessible.
This is the WorkSharp Micro Sharpener and Knife Tool. Ultralight, compact, sharpener and hone that fits in your pocket, bag, or pack. The knife tool provides a 1/4-inch driver, and we provide Torx bits in sizes 6, 8, and 10. Here's how I like to use it to sharpen. Angle guides at 25 degrees. Simply align the knife and draw across the diamond for sharpening. For longer blades, you can take it in sections. Honing, same steps. Align, draw across, and if you need to, take it in sections for longer blades. Or you can bring the sharpener to the knife. For that, I'm going to switch the knife and the sharpener. So I have the sharpener on my dominant hand. Still using the angle guide, I bring the sharpener to the blade and simply match that angle all the way down the knife. When it comes to the knife tool, the Torx bits provided fit almost any everyday carry out there. I like to make an adjustment when it comes to my pivot collar and getting that action to be as smooth as possible. Right now, it's a little stiffer than I'd like, so to address that, it's real simple. Find the correct Torx. Looks like this one's a 10. insert it into the bit driver, and then very small adjustments will get that action performing much smoother in a way that you like, and you can have that fidgety knife you love. The Micro's a great everyday carry sharpener for touch-ups in the field and those tools when you need them. For something with a little more horsepower, you're probably going to want to look at something like our bench stone to be able to establish that edge, and then just use the Micro to keep that edge as you're going through your day. One last tip to leave you guys with: most of your everyday carry knives only use 2 of the Torx bit sizes, so if you'd like, you can take one of these Torx bits away and add in whatever bit you'd like, say a flathead screwdriver. Then you can create the custom assortment that you like to have on you at all times when you need it. Thanks for watching, guys.
Today at CRKT, we'll take a look at the Woods Nobo T-Hawk. This is one in a series of outdoor axes designed by Ryan Johnson of RMJ Tactical. That includes the popular Chogun and Kanji Hawks. These are excellent mid-size, multi-purpose wood choppers, perfect for the outdoors. This is a classic Ryan Johnson design, tried and true, a mandatory accessory for every base camp or outdoor excursion. The overall length of the Nobo is about 19 inches. The length of the head is just under 3.5 inches. The axe head is made of hot-forged 1055 carbon steel, and it's perfectly balanced, so it swings really well and doesn't tire your arms out. It has a primary and secondary edge bevels that are flat ground and execute well against hardwood. The hammer finish is also a nice aesthetic touch. The handle is made with Tennessee hickory and feels solid in the hand. It's finished with clear lacquer, so it won't get soaked in wet climates or conditions.
Product that's good enough for the greatest military in the world, you know it's something you can trust. That's why Titan's 550 Warrior Cord is the ultimate paracord for serious use. Warrior Cord was designed to exceed U.S. government MIL C5040 specifications for Type 3 Mil-Spec 550 parachute cord. And because of these high standards of quality, Warrior Cord has a static strength rating of 620 pounds, allowing you to tackle any job or task with confidence. 100 feet long and comprised of 7 triple-stranded nylon braids, this paracord has the toughness and versatility to be used in any survival or home utility situation. Warrior Cord is a must-have for all emergency kits for your home and car, go bags, hunting or camping trips, and nearly any other unplanned emergency scenario. Roll with the gear you trust.
The Nordic Pocket Saw is the most award-winning pocket-sized hand-powered chainsaw. It's tough, powerful, and packable. It's lightweight, and the handy case makes it easy to take along with you, making it a reliable companion for exciting outdoor activities.
When I'm out in the outdoors, no matter what I'm doing, I'm always bringing some essential tools. They are the knife, an axe, and then of course a saw. With the Nordic Pocket Saw, I have a very small and powerful piece that I easily can carry in my pockets or in my backpack and have easy access to whenever I need it.
The saw provides smooth and effective cutting in both directions. The strong and durable nylon handles ensure a safe and comfortable grip. With the Nordic Pocket Saw, you can easily cut hard-to-reach branches. You can also use the Nordic Pocket Saw for dragging logs. The chain is made from heat-treated high-carbon steel. Laboratory strength tests prove that the Nordic Pocket Saw cope with forces up to 5,940 Newton and 20 times the power of normal use. To summarize, Nordic Pocket Saw is practical, effective, and durable.
Thanks for watching. Product by link given in description.